Well, Missy, it's that time again where we head to the field and we work on our planter, which is really where yield begins. And so I guess it's important that we have everything exactly the way it needs to be whenever we start.
Yeah, when we head to the field and get ready to start planting corn, one of the first things that we want to check is going to be our planter levelness. Okay? So we want to make sure that this planter's running level. When we talk about that, we're talking about running level off this main toolbar across the planter. So we take a small magnetic level, place it right on the toolbar.
So you can just see right there exactly how it's going to work.
So we can see right there in the bubble whether or not we're running level. So as he's going across the field, we're going to monitor that level. And if it's not right in the middle, then we're going to start making some adjustments. So our adjustments to get this main toolbar level is going to come from the hitch. So we're going to raise that hitch up or down to make sure that we're running level back here. So this is one of the first things when we get the planter out that first day in the field. We've got to get that running level before we start doing all of our other settings on the planter.
So that is the very first thing we have to do. What happens to our uniformity if this isn't level?
Well, what we see a lot of times in the field is that if this planter's running downhill, so in other words, my main hitch up there is too low. If that happens, then it really changes the angle and the pitch on the row unit back here itself. For example, if we were running a no-till coulter, that no-till coulter now would be running too deep because this whole planter is tipped forward. It also takes the tail pressure off where our closing wheels are, so whatever pressure we'd have there, we would have less. It also changes the angle of the seed tube itself. So as seeds flow down through there, that's all designed at a certain angle. If we're not running level, it kind of throws all that out. And the opposite, if we're running uphill, we got our hitch too high, then we're putting too much tail pressure on our closing wheel system, and again, still changing the pitch or the angle of that seed tube. So we can really have an effect on things like seed spacing, even though maybe you calibrated your meters and did everything else right on your planter. We can get variation in planting depth if we're not running level as well.
So you're watching here as that bubble moves while we're planting.
Now the bubble's always up in the front right now, so it's no longer running level.
And so it's really easy to tell with this level whether or not you have everything in place. And so what you're having him do, Missy, or whoever's running the tractor, is you're having them go ahead and adjust while you watch it to where you get it just right?
Now we're starting to go uphill, so it's going to throw it off a little bit.
So how do we adjust for that if we're going uphill, but yet we're trying to run level? Do we just...
Well, when you set it, you want to be down
in a level place, And this is really where yield begins, is it not? At the planter and at this moment.
That's correct. You know, we spend a lot of time in the winter and early spring getting our planters prepped in the shop. We got to remember, as soon as we get to the field, if we don't go through this step with planter levelness, we kind of throw everything out that we spent a lot of time working on all winter and early spring. So this is very important, and it has to be done in the field.